What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Leeds United Career Mode. This is episode number 14 in the second episode of season number 2 as we reject a bid from Crystal Palace for Axel Tuanzebe here. Again, not looking to move him on in this second season, maybe at the end of the second season, but because we've got a lot of games to get through in this second season, just like last season, we're going to need a lot of backup and a lot of options coming off the bench. And Axel Tuanzebe is certainly one of those options. Within the last episode, you would have seen us bring in 4 new players and sell 6. Obviously, the likes of Patrick Bamford, Grev, and a couple of others left the wage bill as well and left Elland Road, whilst Crescencio, Somerville and Archie Gray came back to Elland Road with new faces such as Bella Kotchap and Noah Okafor, the new number 9 up top. So going into the first game of today's episode, taking on West Ham away at the London Stadium. West Ham obviously very strong within the game and in real life, coming off the back of a massive win against Man United in real life. Going into this one, feeling pretty confident off the back of a 1-0 victory on the opening day against Stoke. Obviously newly promoted with us, but West Ham early on weren't making it easy, but we managed to go on the break and we managed to get the first goal through Noah Okafor, and then as you would see, just past the hour mark, linking up well, Somerville to Okafor, Okafor over the defender and slots it into the bottom corner to make it West Ham 0, Leeds United 2. And although West Ham were looking strong in the early parts of the game, they weren't really threatening us when they were taking their chances, and that's exactly why we went on to win 2-0 within the second game of the Premier League season. And again, just because we're winning games now doesn't mean we're going to win games later on in the season. We're going to have tough patches, we're going to have patches within the season where we're just not performing to our best, but again, that's football. We're not always going to have it our way, and you know, who knows what can happen within this career mode save within the second season. But as you would see, Noah Okafor grabbing player of the month, not just yet, player of the match against West Ham. Going into the second game of today's episode, taking on Bournemouth away at the Vitality in the League Cup, the Carabao Cup. Obviously, last season we did win the Carabao Cup, so I'm not really too fussed if we were to go on and get knocked out here, and that's why I picked a completely rotated team. And again, as you would see early on into the first half, Bournemouth looking strong with Evan Nilsson coming through on goal. Evan Nilsson would go ahead and give them the lead though, just before the half-hour mark. And like I said, I'm not exactly fussed if I get knocked out in this game because we won it last season and it doesn't count towards the manager objective anyway. But with that being said, I didn't want to go out with a bad performance. As you would see later on into the second half, we were starting to get opportunities as Patson Daka gets a start within this game. Going into stoppage time now, Bournemouth looking for the goal to give them the confidence to go on and win the rest of the game and see out the 2-0 victory. But as we won the ball back, Patson Daka gets rolled through from Wilfred Gnonto, and then as you would see, Patson Daka goes ahead, makes it 1-1 in stoppage time. And I was saying to myself, Patson Daka, do you really want to win this competition again? Because no one on the pitch really looked like they wanted to go on and win the game. So Patson Daka takes us to penalties, and as you would see, Bournemouth would slot home their first penalty. Daka steps up to take his penalty, and as you would see, Pedro Neto doesn't guess the right way, but Patson Daka hits it off the post, goes on to Neto, and Neto palms it away as we miss our first penalty, as Gnonto steps up to take the second and puts it top bins. Bournemouth 2-1 up on a penalty shootout. Could Koldalo, in a very rare appearance for him in a Leeds United shirt, go ahead and bring back to level terms? Well, as you would see, Bournemouth scored 3 penalties in a row. We scored our third penalty to make it 3-2. Bournemouth make it 4-2. Neto, if he was to save this, would send Bournemouth through. The Vitality Stadium on their feet as Aronson steps up, and the outcome was saved. And again, I said I didn't mind if we were to go out in this competition. Obviously, we won it last year. But to go out like that, not exactly what you want to see, is it? So, Bournemouth 1-1 at full time, knocks us out 4-2 on penalties. And again, not really bothered at the slightest. Won it last season. And this season, we're pushing for more. Obviously, we've got FA Cup to look forward to. We've got the Premier League. Are we going to win the league? Absolutely not. I don't think we've got the quality, and I'm not even trying to win the league. That will come at a later stage within this career mode, possibly within the next 2 seasons. Again, I don't want to be sitting here 8 seasons on trying to win a Premier League. But again, FA Cup, Conference League, one of those trophies will do. The board want us to reach the final of the Conference League. So if we win if we go to the final or reach the final, you already know we are going to go and try and win that competition. So, as you would see then, third game of today's episode, taking on Arsenal. Obviously, we knocked them out last season in the League Cup in the semi-finals over 2 legs. I believe that was actually quite a low score in semi-final, wasn't it? I believe we only beat them by 1-0, and that was at home at Elland Road. So, already had an exchange with Arsenal within this career mode, and you would see it was a very changed Arsenal lineup. Virgil van Dijk coming from Anfield all the way to the Emirates, obviously facing them at Elland Road here. Somerville, with his first goal back in a league shirt, would go ahead and make it 1-0 just after the restart. And then, as you would see, what a stupid challenge. Yet Junior Firpo tries to keep the ball in play, knew he was absolutely going to get nowhere near the ball. As Firpo takes out Saka, Firpo sees red, and it all goes downhill from here. Arsenal with the free kick, and as you would see, who was there to make the save? Ilya Medier keeps us within the game, looking for a big, huge 3 points. But as you would see, set piece is what Arsenal like to score, and with Virgil van Dijk nodding it in, gets the equaliser. 87 minutes played, 3 minutes and stoppage time to go. Virgil van Dijk makes it 1-1. Could Arsenal get a winner? Could we hold the ball to get a point? Well, stupidly, the team went ahead and tried to score another goal. As Saka run through, passed it through to Havertz. Havertz coming off the bench, scoring the rebound effort, as Medier couldn't keep hold of it. Havertz makes it 2-1 to the Arsenal in stoppage time, and it's revenge for the Gunners from last season. Yeah, we had absolutely no right to knock them out the League Cup last season, but we did. And in the game that probably matters the most out of both of them, Arsenal go ahead and prevail at Elland Road. So, first defeat of the Premier League season, and first defeat at home in the new season at Elland Road. Not good at all. 2 defeats on the bounce. League Cup, Carabao Cup, whichever you want to call it, knocked out of that. And with, as you would see, with about just over 30 million within the budget, transfer deadline day would hit us. And I've got to say, not really looking to sign anyone. We brought 4 players in. I'm happy with the 4 players we brought in. We'll look in January to see if we can strengthen. But like I was saying, we've got 2 games on the trot with defeat. 1 in the league and knocked out of the League Cup. And taking on Leicester City here at the King Power. Patrick Bamford against Leeds. Would he spoil the party? Well, as you would see, needing to get back on a run of form. Needing to get back to winning ways. Noah Okafor goes ahead and has a finesse shot effort, but that's wide of the post. As Oliver Skip rolls it through to Patrick Bamford, and Patrick Bamford makes it 1-0 Leicester. And I did tell you, didn't I don't like selling to rivals, but if it's Patrick Bamford, again, it doesn't make sense him going abroad. It only makes sense if we were to sell him on to another English club. Leicester City profiting out of the deal, and Bamford scores against his former team. Well, that was it for the first half. Second half really needed something to give us a bit of hope. And as you'd see, 74 minutes in, Noah Okafor, the replacement for Patrick Bamford, goes ahead and makes it 1-1. Could we get another opportunity? The answer to that question was no. Full time 1-1 and a 1 point out of a possible 6 within the last 2 league games. It's not the best run of form for this Leeds United team, but taking on a team that I felt confident we could find a bit of form against once again, taking on Tottenham, and again a very changed Tottenham team. No Van der Ven in the matchday squad, no Brennan Johnson, and certain players, other players like Bentancur were missing as well. So going into this one, needing a victory, needing 3 points, needing the team to put everything on the line. As you would see, we went 1-0 up. Noah Okafor, poor defending from Tottenham. The defence not on the same page. Noah Okafor, 1-0 up to the Leeds United. And Tottenham pinging the ball very nicely as Brian Hill has an opportunity here outside the box. But that was really it for opportunities for Tottenham. As Jed Spence, the former Tottenham man, I know he would love playing against Tottenham in this one. That's why I started him, as he brushes the or through balls or knocks it over the top, whichever term you want to use, puts it to Gnonto over the top, cuts the defence in half again. And we know in real life Ange Postecoglou getting frustrated there, but we know in real life Ange Postecoglou struggles defensively with his Tottenham team. Well, they were struggling in this one, and you would see we went 2-0 up going into the second half. And in the second half it didn't get much better. Gnonto ran through again, knocked it straight into the keeper, Jordan Pickford. Pickford parries away, but only to find Crescencio Somerville, as it's 2 goals for him now, back in the lead shirt and taking on the last 10 minutes in this one. Knowing Tottenham are weak, 3-0 up, could we go and get another one? Well, Gnonto into Daka, subbed off the bench, and Patson Daka gets the dagger for Tottenham Hotspur, as it finishes Leeds United 4, Tottenham Hotspur 0. A massive victory, and what can I say? Completely deserved. Tottenham didn't deserve anything in that one. They only had the one real chance, and even that wasn't the best chance. So Jed Spence getting a clean sheet against his former team. Obviously Archie Gray, Tottenham brought from us, but we brought him back from Tottenham. Archie Gray getting a clean sheet, and I think he might have got an assist as well in this one. But a massive victory to end off today's episode. And if you did go on to enjoy today's episode, make sure you please do like and subscribe. We're on the road to 300 subs. We've got some more content, other types of content coming soon. Stay tuned, guys. Stay safe. And I wish you a very good day or very good week. But thank you and bye for now.